ESPN TV in Chicago live coverage of the Bulls Victory Rally 1997 in Grant Park.
And it looks like this ceremony is about to get underway.
First of all, someone that you're all familiar with, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulls brothers. And now we have a group that you've been waiting for, the Lovables.
And you just saw the Chicago Bulls Lovables. They said that's their favorite song. What I like about you.
I'm not so sure they're finished yet. I think they've got one more number to do, and I think Benny's going to come out and join them. I mean, you have to have everybody here, don't you?
Gotta have Benny the Bull.
They really enjoy a strong tradition. They go back as long as I've been in Chicago, 15 years. Hard-working bunch of young ladies.
Kathy Kerr organizes the group, puts them together every year. They do a great job choreographing everything that they do. It's an integral part of the show at the United Center.
All right, yay!
And now we have an original Chicago number by Only the Bulls.
Yeah, I think we have this a group of singers that we heard from just about an hour ago sing the Bulls jingle, right? All right. If you're looking for a name for that group, you won't find it. In case you missed the interview just about an hour ago, Robert Jordan talked to him. They're a group of professional studio jingle singers in Chicago who were brought together for the sole purpose of singing that jingle. They do a great job. I think maybe they should get together, give themselves a name.
They named themselves the Bull Singers, didn't they?
The Bull Singers. I'll take that. Good enough.
They'll get a lot of bookings with that name.
We have one more great number for you featuring the Lovables, Benny the Bull, and Da Bull. Let's have a nice round of applause. The Lovables.
Looking out now over this ever-widening crowd, and here come the Lovables again. What a workout. That's an exercise video in the making right there.
That's fancy production there. If they don't play that song, it's not a Bulls rally. Jerry Glitter, come on down.
All right. Yeah. And not to overlook Benny. Did Benny get out in the middle of that?
Yeah, he's up there.
There he is. He's over there in the corner. What's coming up next here?
Johnny Kerr is next. We'll get the program underway.
The Lovables and Benny the Bull and double. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the man that needs no introduction, the voice of the Chicago Bulls, Chicago and Johnny Red Kerr.
Yay, Red! Woo!
Love that guy.
Oh, yes, I knew the sun would shine on Celebration Day. We got a great program for you today, but to start it off, a Chicago recording artist, Jesse Campbell, with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, bombs are bursting in the air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and the home of the free and the home of the brave.
Jesse Campbell's powerful tenor voice with a beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Wonderful.
All right, let's get warmed up. Give me a B. Give me a U. Give me an L. Give me an L. Give me an S. What do you got? What? What? Yeah. What a day for the celebration, the fifth one we've had here in Grant Park. Another historic day at Comiskey Park. The Cubs and the White Sox will meet for a first time. I love it. Okay, to start our program off, I'd like to introduce our coaching staff, our newest coach this year, but he's been an assistant coach for over 20 years, Frank Hamblin. Michael said he'd get him a ring, and he did. A guy that you saw so many times on the World Championship team was up here on the stage as a member, as their center, one of the new coaches for the Bulls, Bill Cartwright. Bill's out scouting. Another coach with the Chicago Bulls, back again, For over 20 years, he's been sitting in that coach's seat, assisting our head coach, Jimmy Rogers. Well, Frank's been around over 20, Jimmy over 20, but how about a guy that's been in this business, college and professional, the Bulls, architect of their offense, 50 years, Tex Winter. I'm going to introduce a voice to you that's world famous by now, and he will do the introductions. Let me bring on Ray Clay.
Hey, we all know Johnny Red Kerr is the first coach of the Bulls, but you know what I heard this afternoon? He's going to be down at Comiskey Park throwing out the first ball. I know he can play basketball, but that's something I got to see. Cubs and Sox, Comiskey Park, all right. How many of you were here last year? I could tell. I remember all of these faces. And what did we say last year? We'll see you next year. Right, and we're all out here, and I'm glad to have you. All right, we know the drill. I need some help. These people individually. Let me bring up the coach of these five-time world champions, Phil Jackson.
Thank you. Thank you, Chicago fans. I want to thank all the members of this team, the families, the co-captains, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, for another great year. Thank you very much.
Hey. Okay. How would you like to be a member of the Chicago Bulls for only a month? And earn yourself a position to play in the championships and win a world championship ring? Well, I'll tell you what. That's exactly what Brian Williams did.
This means the world to me. I can't thank you all enough for embracing me, the coaches, the players, the whole organization. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, we've seen guys make shots with the pressure on. The next guy sealed that victory with 5 seconds to go. Steve Kerr.
Thank you. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to take another minute more than Brian Williams took. A lot of people have been asking me about the shot the other night, and there have been some misconceptions about what actually happened. I wanted to clear it up. When we called timeout with 25 seconds to go, we went into the huddle, and Phil told Michael, he said, Michael, I want you to take the last shot. And Michael said, you know, Phil, I don't feel real comfortable in these situations, so maybe we ought to go in another direction. And then Scottie came in and said, you know, Phil, Michael said in his commercial that, you know, he's been asked to do this 26 times and he's failed. So why don't we go to Steve? So I thought to myself, well, I guess I got to bail Michael out again. But I've been carrying him all year, so, you know, what's one more time? Anyway, the shot went in, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
There's a guy that was bothered with foot injury most of the year, played under duress, and it affected his three-point shooting. But when it came time for the finals, he brought that eye and a three-point field goal with him. Tony Kukoc.
It's been a great year. Thank you very much for your support. Have a great summer. See you next year.
You know, if you're on a fishing boat and you call somebody mate, you know who you're talking to. But when you talk to this guy and he calls you mate, you know it's Big Luke Longley.
We had a blast this year. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Let's do it again next year.
You know, a lot of credit is given to a lot of the players, and sometimes you overlook a guy. Last year, the Bulls lost 2 games in Seattle, and I think it was mainly because this player was out with an injury. Well, he was back full time. He played so well against the point guards and then got to the finals. Let's hear it for Ronnie Harper.
I'd like to say thanks to my teammates, the coaching staff, the organization, and the fans of Chicago. And hopefully they can come back and we do it again.
The next guy I'm going to introduce has been waiting for the playoff shares to be distributed because he doesn't have a whole lot of money left. Let's hear it for Dennis Rodman.
All right. I'll keep this show and I keep it clean. All right. All right. You know, a lot of people have criticized me for a lot of things I've done, a lot of things I've said. And the NBA have done a lot of things to me to try to keep me down. But, you know, and a lot of things I've said about the Utah people and people that live in Utah, I apologize for that. But you know what? You know, it's just so much you can do to kick a man down. But I said, hell with the NBA, I'll be back, baby.
It takes 2 people to row that boat ashore, and both of them are co-captains of this team. This guy hurt his foot in a clinching game against Miami, but came back with great performances in the finals. One of the best players in the NBA, Scottie Pippen.
Thank you. I just want to thank you fans for your support this season. I've been here 10 long seasons. We've been able to niche out 5 great championship seasons. And we look forward to bringing it back with number 6. So let's come on back and get down for our crown.
Some people can say MVP once, or twice, or 3 times, or 4, but how about the finals 5 times? MVP, Michael Jordan!
Thank you. Thank you. From all the players and all the coaches and all the Bulls organization, we want to say that this championship goes out to all the working people here in the city of Chicago that goes to work every single day. They bust to make a living. And what we do, we come in 2 hours out of the day to give you a break and have something to cheer about, have something to be proud about when you go to another city. So hopefully, come 1998, you guys can go out and celebrate and go back to every city and say we won number 6. Hopefully number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10.
I'd like to bring back Jim Sheehan now for a presentation to the players and coaching staff.
We're going to ask Michael Jordan to come back up, and all the players, we have a gift from all of you, the fans of Chicago. Thank you very much. Michael?